What's up, guys? Episode 12, the dinner party.
Never yell in my face again. Never yell in my face again.
Now, me and Jodie Lee have already covered Sarah and Tim, so if you want to see those two, go check that out. I do have a few other couples I want to talk about though, so I want to start with Tori and Jack. Now, before the dinner party even begins, you have Tori and Timothy have a little altercation. Now, this is without the camera seeing it, so we only hear Tori's side of the story. So apparently she went for a walk and she bumped into Timothy. Now, Timothy, being the outspoken guy that he is, couldn't help himself. He had to confront Tori. Now, I don't know how this conversation went down, but Tori has come back and she is not happy.
He really ruined my morning hot girl walk, first and foremost. Prick.
So according to her, Timothy has come up to her and he's basically saying, why aren't you guys getting it on? Are you guys even genuine? Now, obviously, we're going to have these sorts of questions because both Tori and Jack are saying they're highly sexualized people, and then they're saying they're slow burning it. No, it just doesn't make sense. And then you have Jack talking behind Tori's back saying he's not even attracted to her. So obviously, we're going to have these questions, but the way Timothy's gone about it, I don't know. Maybe it could have been a little bit more tactful.
I sit there and I've got an opinion on everything.
Now, being tactful isn't Timothy's thing, I can tell. He's the kind of guy, he's just going to say whatever's on his mind. So he's gone in hot and heavy, and he's saying, are you genuine, and all this stuff. And it's made Tori go on guard, Instead, I feel like Timothy should have maybe approached Tori with Lucinda or got Lucinda to talk on his behalf and just sit it down and say, we've heard some things that we find concerning, that your husband is saying behind your back that he's not actually attracted to you. I just wanted to let you know because that's not right, and let her then assess that within her relationship. But if you're going to come at somebody full-blown saying, are you genuine, are you fake, why aren't you sleeping together, that's going to bring someone, that's going to put somebody on guard, and no girl wants to hear from another guy that her man's not attracted to her. That's a hard thing to hear. Now, I agree with Timothy, but I feel like he went about it the wrong way, and all it's done is now made this into a bigger drama than what it had to be.
Suck it up, princess. If you don't like it, go somewhere else.
Now skip forward to the dinner party, and Timothy obviously had to speak up and call BS on Tori and Jack's relationship again. And Tori has decided to fight back. And she's saying how Timothy should really stay in his lane, especially since he himself has had issues with his relationship and Lucinda. Now, we all know Timothy's not attracted to Lucinda. Everyone knows. Lucinda knows. So for the whole table to then come at Timothy, and yes, they were angry at Timothy, but for them to be saying, oh, you're not attracted to your wife, you dated a 23-year-old, and all this stuff, it's got to make Lucinda feel so degraded and so horrible. And it's the whole group's there. This isn't a small group. It's the whole dinner party table. Everybody's there. You would feel so small. I definitely agree with Lucinda. If it was me, I would want to hide away too.
I was quite uncomfortable, to be completely honest.
I would feel so humiliated in this situation. Yes, you're angry at Timothy, but what you're doing is degrading Lucinda in the process. And that's not fair to her. So I don't feel like the whole table should have said that. They should have just said, keep in your lane, Timothy, and stay out of it. You don't then bring up all these things that makes Lucinda feel like crap. You know what I mean? I feel like they approached that really badly, and I just feel bad for Lucinda there.
No problem with having an opinion.
Now, at the end of the day, I do agree with Timothy, but I don't think he should have been the one to approach this situation. It could have been any one of the other couples. There were other guys in the room that heard that Jack wasn't attracted to Tori, and I know that they all would have gone back to their wives and said this to them. So why didn't one of the other girls approach Tori and say, hey, I've heard this and this and this? All the other girls would have known about this. They would have known. People don't keep secrets. You're telling me that every other one of the guys didn't tell their wives that Jack wasn't attracted to Tori? I don't believe that. There would have been multiple people that knew, and the other girls decided not to approach their friend and tell her, hey, your guy is saying this behind your back. If it was me, I would have gone up to my girlfriend and I would have said to her, I'm hearing this. I don't know what's going on. I just wanted to give you a heads up because no guy should be saying this behind your back. If he's not attracted to you, he should be communicating this to you. So I think the other girls should have stood up and actually said something. And it shouldn't have been Tim to say it. Tim is not the right guy to approach this at all. At all. So that's where I am on that.
Something else happened on Friday night that I had to go into the room. I can't talk about it. I know. Yeah, he can probably ask.
Now I want to talk about Ben and Ellie. Now everybody in the group seems to be worried about these two ever since Ellie has said that Ben's been mocking her and that he doesn't seem genuine. So everybody wants to know, are these two getting along okay? Now Ben seems to be aware of this as well, so he's trying to get into damage control. And I didn't like when he said to her, before they enter the dinner party, he's like, make sure we hold hands, smile, say hello, put on this happy front. You shouldn't be telling anyone how to walk into a dinner party. So I didn't like him saying that to her and instructing her how she can present herself. She can present herself however she wants, you know?
Say good day to everyone. Holding hands.
Then when Ellie goes to sit on the couch with the girls to have a chat, Ben comes over and he's standing within earshot and he won't move. So she is feeling uncomfortable and she can't talk. And she says to the girls, oh, I can't actually talk about that. Because Ben is right there listening, you know, and that's making her feel intimidated, you know. She can't actually speak what's on her mind because he's there and she doesn't want to get in trouble with him. You know, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that. She should be allowed to speak how she wants. She shouldn't be afraid to talk. You know, for him to stand over her to make sure she doesn't say the wrong thing, that seems very controlling to me. So I didn't like seeing that. And I was really glad to see how Lauren, she got Ellie up and she moved her across the room. So I was like, yes, good on Lauren for doing that, you know.
And he was like, do you really think that I'm your match? Like, we're not a match.
So after the girls have moved Ellie away from Ben, she's finally able to open up. And she says that on Friday night, Ben says to her, do you think we're a match? I don't think we're a match. And that's obviously made her upset and leave the room and go stay in another room for the night. And then he goes and apologizes the next day and makes everything hunky-dory with her. Now, I don't know what sort of game Ben is trying to play here, because he keeps telling her things like, oh, do you think I'm genuine? And then he mocks her and then he apologizes. And now he's asking her, do you think we're a match? I don't think we're a match. Oh, I don't want kids. Oh, now I do want kids. Like, pick what is it you're trying to do here? What kind of game is it you're trying to play? Because none of it makes sense. You can't keep telling her, I don't think we're a match. Do you think I'm genuine? Like, you're coming across fake.
I was nearly going to walk out of the experiment. Everything wasn't too much. Yeah, it was just the pressure of it, you know, and it had nothing to do with Ellie.
Right.
So later on in the dinner party, the girls confront Ben about what's going on with him and Ellie and why Ellie had to go and sleep in another room. Now, Ben, he's got a quick answer. He's like, oh, everything was overwhelming. I wanted to leave the experiment. It had nothing to do with Ellie. I was just feeling a little overwhelmed. And he was hoping that would put it to rest and that would be it. But no, the girls call him out on it. Sarah, she speaks up and she's like, no, that's BS. You told Ellie that you thought you guys weren't compatible. So what the hell's going on here, you know?
You told her that she wasn't your match. So that's bullshit. I call bullshit.
Now, Ellie, she's a nice girl, so she's now trying to stand up for Ben, and she's telling the group, no, he's apologized. He's got me flowers. He's writing me lists of the things that he likes about me. I mean, she's too nice for her own good, and she obviously likes this guy so much that she's trying to defend him when he needs to start standing up for his own actions as to why he's acting the way he's acting and not hide behind you, okay? Now, the group asked Ben, do you think you and Ellie are a good match? And now all of a sudden he's saying, yeah, I think we're a great match. We're like yin and yang. You know, we laugh, we have fun together. If you knew this, if you thought this before, then why would you say to Ellie behind closed doors, I don't think we're a good match? You're playing games.
And Ben, do you believe that she is your match?
And then the kids thing gets brought up again, and Ellie's saying, yes, he wants kids. He's confirmed it now. He wants to have children. We all saw it too. He said it to her, I'm ready to have kids. And now he's saying to the group, I'm ready to settle down, and if kids happen, we will see. If. He's saying if.
If kids are after that?
You're playing games. You're going back and forth. You don't want children. We all know you don't want children. You're dancing around this so much. It's too obvious now. Everyone's calling it BS. We all know you don't want kids, but you want to stay on the show. Ellie herself said, if you tell me you don't want kids, then we're going to part ways. And he's like, oh, yeah, we'll see. What do you mean we'll see?
Time will tell.
You should have that.
What do you mean we'll see? You know very well, if you finally fess up and say, no, I don't actually want kids, she's going to leave the show and that ends your screen time. So you need to try and dance around this and mess with Ellie's mind so you can continue to stay on the show and get as much airtime as you possibly can. But it's not going to do you any favors at the end of the day because people are going to hate you. So just fess up, say you don't want children and leave. And be respectable because you're just looking like a scumbag at the moment, okay?
Like, he's full of shit. I feel like he's wasting your time.
Now, we all know Ellie and Ben are not going to make it because we've seen the spoiler of her and Jonathan together. So it made me laugh watching Jonathan. He's like quickly coming to Ellie's defense and then he's saying to the camera, oh, I don't think Ben's in Ellie's league. I wonder who is in her league. Hey, Jonathan? So that made me laugh.
I feel like he's batting way above his average.
So let me know what you think. Do you think Ben and Ellie are going to last much longer? When do you think Ellie and Jonathan are going to get together? Do you think they're going to be cheating on the show or do you think it's going to be after the show? I personally think it'll be after because I don't see Ellie being the type of girl to go behind Lauren's back like that. But I don't know. We don't know. Anything can happen on this show. At the end of the day, the way Ben dances around these topics and goes backwards and forwards the way he does, it's going to get old pretty quickly, and I just don't see him and Ellie lasting for much longer.
Time will tell.
So that's all the drama for this dinner party. If you think I've forgotten Tim and Sarah, I haven't. Jodie Lee and I already did a video on that, so make sure you check out Tim and Sarah's video because we cover all their drama in that one. So the next episode is the commitment ceremony, and it looks like people are going to have to take accountability. I can't wait. Bring on the drama. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.